Hello everyone, good evening and welcome to Roma Theory as the protests and kind of the protests against the team and the manager have started. And we've fallen in we've fallen in a black hole. I mean, we've kind of submerged ourselves in this black hole. And the protests have started. The protests have started yesterday, immediately after the game, with the players and the manager going in front of the away end, and the away end chanting, chanting, "You're ridiculous, get your balls out, start playing with more confidence," and because this is unacceptable, and they are right. This is garbage. This is utter shit. Sorry about that, but it is necessary. This is definitely not what we expected at the start of the season, to be here 6 weeks into the season speaking about Roma's position in the league, speaking about the fans protesting. There is a majority of the fan base which has turned out to be Mourinho out. There is a large percentage. The majority of the fan base is now Mourinho out. And the question is, we got to change things around. The thing is, but again, can we change things around? Because yes, we can, but we need to do it now. You see, when I use the phrase, we need to change things around, yes, we can change things, but when are we starting? And when are we going to start to change things? Because we always go next game week, we're going to change things, and things never get changed. So when is the time that we actually change things and find solutions? Because if the answer to this is, well, we can't find solutions, there will be no changes, then there needs to be a clear out. Because if going forward, the answer to this is there is no solution to change things around, then there needs to be a clear out. And therefore, the time to change this around isn't much anymore. Because I feel like an ultimatum has been fixed. An ultimatum has been fixed without a doubt. The ultimatum is Sunday. And that's the last, it's time to change things around statement which I'm going to use. Because if we don't win on Sunday, then I am done saying, oh, we're going to change things next weekend. Because things have to be changed in July. In fact, changes had to occur the day after we lost that Europa League final. So, I've had enough of going changes, that we need changes. Changes need to occur now. If changes don't occur now, then there needs to be a clear out of players and the manager needs to be set. This needs to happen on Sunday. And also, let's admit that if we don't win on Sunday, which isn't an easy game to win, because Frosinone at time of speaking could easily score 5 goals against us, and Sunday's game is going to be a very critical game. We're going to speak about it tomorrow. It's going to be a very critical and dangerous game because it's kind of a ultimatum. It's a game where the stadium will protest. On Sunday, don't expect the stadium when the speaker goes, Jose, to shout Mourinho. I'm expecting boos on Sunday. It's going to be a very delicate game. But it's a delicate game, which if we don't lose, I've lost all hope. I have lost all hope. Right now, it's already big for me not to have lost all of this hope. I have I have my last brinks of hope in my mind, in my soul, in my heart. But it's about to run out. Hope is about to run out because it's almost 1 month now that we've been playing like this. It's 1 month now that I'm seeing no changes, and especially it's 1 month now that I'm not seeing improvements from the first game week of the season. I'm not. We play the same, and added on to that, we play with less tenacious will than last year. And I see a team, as I've already repeated in the match reaction, I see a team which is less attached to the manager. So, yeah, but you see why? What I am going to say, and what I'm here to do today, because, you see, look, we could criticize the way we play, and I could write a book about how boring we play. You know, I could write a book explaining how we aren't an organized team, and any team which is slightly more organized than us and faces us is going to beat us. Everyone here could write a book about that. And that's not what I'm here to kind of protest about. Because as I've already said many times, as I want the style to change, the style will not change. But what I am here to criticize, and I'm doing this criticism live stream to every single component of this team, from the captain to Thiago Pinto to Mourinho. Everybody needs to be criticized because everybody looks dead. But what I am going to criticize about the manager is, as much as I hate the way we play, I'm used to it. And as much as I want this team to get back playing football, I am used to this now. You know, if we put a bit more into... I'm not asking for much in terms of style of play. Because this style of play last season brought us to a Europa League final. But we were way more convinced and we were way more attached to each other. And something which losing that Europa League final did not help. And you can see that the team now is loose. So I'm not here to criticize that. Because I am here in front of this camera every single day, and for the past 3 years we've played like this. So this is not what I am going to criticize about the manager, because you see, the manager doesn't have a world-class team, but you know, he's won using this style of play everywhere, so you can't say much about it. This style of play needs world-class players. Jose doesn't have world-class players at Roma, therefore the way we play had to change 3 years ago, but it hasn't changed, and I'm used to it. But what I am here to say, without even being scared of saying, is how our manager reacts to press conferences after we get annihilated by a newly promoted side. Now, when you are the manager, and therefore one of the most responsible people for such a performance, and you go in front of the cameras and mention fucking Ibanez leaving the team, you are mocking every single Roma fan. And that is the thing which I find unacceptable. Unacceptable. We got fucking outclassed by a newly promoted side which played Serie B football last year, and we played an utter shit game on every single aspect of that pitch. And the manager goes in front of the cameras and say, well, Ibanez isn't here. Oh, fuck off. Like, that's the thing which I absolutely hate. Mourinho doesn't take responsibilities. Have you seen Ancelotti? Ancelotti lost that derby with Real Madrid last weekend against Atletico Madrid. He went in front of the cameras, said, it's my fault, I'm off. But the day Mourinho will go in front of cameras after such a performance and say it's my fault is the day the world will end. It's never happened in the past 3 years, and this is what I will criticize. It's not the style. Fuck the style. We've played like this for 3 years now. But it's just being coherent about the result. We lost 4-1 to Genoa and got outclassed. And our manager is speaking about Ibanez leaving in the summer. Like, I'm sorry, but that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I find that absolutely ridiculous. You can speak about Ibanez if you can speak of, and I'm not saying he can't speak about Ibanez, because Ibanez was a very important player to him. Was a very, 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 very important player to him. And I understand this. And you can go in front of the cameras one day and say, I'm having more difficulties because Ibanez isn't here. But you do not use that as an excuse after a 4-1 defeat against the newly promoted side. If we win 2-1 against Empoli at home, or 2-1 against Frosinone at home, but we have difficulty in defence, but at the end we get the 3 points, and Mourinho presents himself in front of the camera and goes, look, I've got the 3 points today. I'm trying to change defensive things. I'm having difficulties in changing defensive tactics because I've lost my biggest defender. And you can do embarrassing. And that is what made me lose it. He should have gone in front of the cameras yesterday and say, it's my fault. And we restart from today's game. There are other things which he said positive about the press conference. Because, he went live yesterday in front of the cameras and he said that he's not going to sleep for the upcoming nights because he needs to find solutions to change this. And that is, again, he never takes the blame. And this is getting out of hand. And I'm not just saying that he's the only one responsible for this. The players are responsible because the players look absolutely dead. Every single player looked dead yesterday. So I'm not just saying that, this argument which I'm saying of components of this team going in front of the cameras and taking responsibilities doesn't just apply for the manager. I'm expecting something similar from the captain. Why is it that after such performances, your captain doesn't even perform and doesn't even step up in front of the cameras? That is another embarrassing thing. If you are a captain, just like the manager, you go out there in front of the cameras and say, I am the captain. On behalf of every single player of this team, we take the responsibilities. Why doesn't that happen? It's this mentality of not accepting to blame ourselves or to take responsibilities, which I don't like. It's not the style of play. I could have criticized the style of play 3 years ago and I didn't do it. As much as it does bring massive drawbacks in games like this, it's not that. But it's the way our players and their manager behave after we lose. I'm surprised the team actually went in front of the away end yesterday to say sorry and get all of those humiliating chants in them, because that will make them react on Sunday. And if that doesn't make them react on Sunday, then I don't know what will. Another thing is I was thinking about this. I was actually thinking about this, listening to what other people were saying. But what if, this is a what if segment, what if this is the way we play in our third season with Mourinho, because Mourinho has squeezed everything out of these players? That could be another tangible option. Because, to bring these players to two back-to-back European finals definitely has made the manager squeeze everything that he had out of them. What if the lemon is dry? The lemon doesn't have any juice anymore and he can't squeeze it. And this links back to what I was saying before. This links back to the fact that I see a team less attached and less willing to fight for the manager. What if the reason behind this is the players feel like they literally got mentally killed by these past two Jose seasons, which is definitely a positive thing. But if that's the case, then changes need to happen. Because if the lemon is dry, there is no more juice in it. If Mourinho understands and acknowledges and thinks that he can't squeeze anything out of these players anymore, then it's time to break up. Because there's no point in us continuing together if there's no juice in the lemon. I'm not saying that's the case, but that could be an option. And the other option is, as I've said yesterday, that there have been leaks in the dressing room. And following that Matic situation, the way that Matic situation has been handled, the fact that nobody here knows what actually happened, doesn't help. This is a terrible moment. This is a terrible moment because apart from, you know, league-wise, this is a terrible moment because I think something happened interior-wise. I think something happened. Things need to change. I think, and I hope that things are going to change. But let me hear, please listen to my but. At time of speaking, I am not Mourinho out. But if things don't change, starting from Sunday, I will be Mourinho out. You know, things can change. But things need to change starting on Sunday. Because time is ticking. Time is ticking. Time is ticking. And we are 17th in the league with 5 points in 6 games. So the only way we get that back is by winning games. But we gotta win games. The time is now. And if the time is not now, then things need to change. And solutions need to be found. And if things don't change in the short term, and when I mean short term, I mean Sunday. Sunday is kind of an ultimatum. Yes, it is kind of an ultimatum. Because in worst case scenarios, in the hypothetical scenarios that we lose on Sunday, we lose at home against yet another newly promoted side, then things need to change and some decisions have to be made. I won't even be satisfied if we win on Sunday because we've lost so many points. And you look at the calendar and I fear it. I am scared seeing that calendar because the points we've lost in this first half were all points against probably the easiest teams in the league. We still need to play, starting from Sunday, against a very unformed team like Frosinone. We still need to play against Inter, Juventus, Lazio, Atalanta, Fiorentina, Sassuolo. We need to, you know, we still have, we've played the easiest games as of now, and yet we haven't even managed to win one apart from that Empoli game. Yeah, and that's kind of it. We are going to speak about the Frosinone game tomorrow with the match preview because it's the most delicate game that this team, one of the most delicate games that this team has ever played under Mourinho. Delicate. Delicate is delicate. Delicate means that if something goes wrong, the glass shatters. Very, very delicate. I don't know if it cut out, but, you know, it's like placing that glass wine on the brink of the table. If something goes wrong with the measures you took, it shatters. And if we don't get 3 points on Sunday in a very complicated game, because Frosinone is playing some incredible football and stealing points from some incredible teams, we don't get 3 points on Sunday, the players, the manager, and the ownership will have the entire fan base against them. So beware. If any component of the team is watching this video, which I don't think, beware. Because Sunday's game is an ultimatum. With that being said, I am going to catch you tomorrow for the match preview. And solutions need to occur, because if solutions don't occur, then yeah, we got to clear out. I'm gonna catch you tomorrow. If you haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, I mean, I've said it yesterday during the live watch along. It's a very bad moment. We got this as a group, as a community, and I'm sure we're gonna lift ourselves from it. But in order to lift ourselves from it, oh boy, things need to change. I'm going to catch you tomorrow. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed, get your friends and family to subscribe. Set a reminder tomorrow for the match preview. Don't miss it. Don't miss that match preview because it's delicate, as I've already said 1,000 times over the past 2 minutes. I'll catch you tomorrow. Enjoy your Friday evening and yeah, talk to you soon. Take care. See you.